All right, so now we're going to move on to our nutrition and healthy eating form. All right, so we're going to look at your body composition goals, your current nutritional intake, and we'll go over some nutritional guidelines. Okay, so what would you say your body composition goals would be? Would you say weight loss or gain, reduce fat, or increase lean muscle mass?
I reckon more like to gain weight.
Gain weight?
Gain weight and increase my muscle.
Increase
mass.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll go over your current nutritional intake. Tell me, what would you eat for a typical breakfast?
I'll eat a lot of eggs, cereals, like toast, avocado and stuff on toast. That's good.
Perfect. A typical lunch?
I'll have like leftover dinner. Some days I'll cook up like chicken breast, like broccoli and stuff, maybe a couple of boiled eggs. But it's mainly just leftover food.
Cool. And a typical dinner, so you said chicken, broccoli. What about other veggies?
Yeah, maybe like steak. Still eat chicken breast because I eat a lot of chicken breast.
Oh my god, chicken.
Fish sometimes, but it's mostly just a lot of meat and rice, veggies. And yeah.
Perfect. What about your typical snacks? What would you say you like to snack on?
I like to eat like some muesli bars, bit of chocolate here and there, maybe some chips, maybe a protein shake.
And how much water do you say you have per day?
Probably have around 3 to 4 bottles of water. I try to per day,
That's
just
good.
to stay somewhat hydrated, I guess.
And alcoholic drinks per week, how much would you say you have?
I wouldn't drink at all unless I had like a social thing going on. Then then I'd have a couple of beers.
But that's not often, is it?
Yeah, no, that's not often at all.
So I'll just say 0 unless night out. On a night out, how many would you say you have? Would you say more than 5?
Yeah, between 5 and 10 maybe. I won't go too hard.
All right, so we'll just go over some guidelines. Okay, so these guidelines have come from a nutritionist. It's not in my scope, but I do have them here to go over with you. Guideline 1, okay, so just achieve and maintain a healthy weight. Be physically active and choose amounts of nutritious food and drinks to meet your energy need. So you don't want to be burning too much energy and not having enough energy coming through your nutrition, so you want to keep it balanced. Guideline 2, so enjoy a wide variety of nutritious foods from the 5 food groups. Have plenty of vegetables, fruit, including different types of colours, legumes, beans, also, have your whole grain foods, high cereal fibre, you have your oats, you have your cereals anyway, rice, pastas, noodles, with your milk and yogurt, mostly reduced fat milks. Try to keep it to reduced fat. You don't want to have too much sugar. Guideline 3, limit your intakes of food containing saturated fat, added salt, added sugars and alcohol. So your alcohol is fine. You don't have that too often. Just with the chocolate and chips, don't overdo it. Make sure you keep it balanced. Try to limit it if you can. Just turn over the page. So physical activity, commence a weekly exercise plan accordance with the guidelines for your physical activity. So we'll get you started on an exercise plan. Nutrition, follow the above nutritional guidelines, with your vegetables, fruit, grains, protein and dairy. Water, increase your water, but you do try to reach a good intake of water per day. Salt, sugar and alcohol, just try and decrease it as much as possible. That's it.
Okay, all good. So you go among